Welcome to the Driver's Line. I'm Greg.
And I'm Jordan.
And today, we've got a conversation for you.
Yeah, our conversation today might be a little technical, but we're talking about what we think are the best transmissions in three categories: automatic, manual, and dual clutch.
That's right. So we went down to the TDL Research Center, busted up our LexisNexis, and said, what are the best automatics out there? What are the best manuals out there? And what are the best dual clutch gearboxes, except for the PDK, because the PDK is the best and we were not allowed to choose it.
Yeah, that's fair. We tried to keep things, try to find some transmissions that were in some reasonably priced cars, and PDKs are just not. So, unfortunately.
Fact.
Right.
So first off, we're going to go ahead and dive into the automatics, and I think we both chose the same one, so I'm going to go ahead and say
Yes, we did.
It is the ZF 8-speed.
It is a universally loved transmission by so many different manufacturers. You're talking about people from BMW, Honda,
Audi, Jaguar. I mean, so many different brands use this. Dodge uses it in the Chargers. I mean, this gearbox has found its way into pretty much everything out there. And it does a phenomenal job in everything. It is the fastest shifting automatic on the market, coming so close to almost matching like a dual clutch gearbox. It's not that far off.
It's not. I mean, when you see them found in performance vehicles, there's a reason for that. I mean, especially from brands that know performance.
Exactly. It's in the Jag F type.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dodge Charger Scat Pack, Dodge Charger 392, Hellcat, Red Eye, whatever. All of them have that transmission. My wife's Audi Q7, ZF 8-speed.
Yeah, I mean, and the beauty behind it is it combines those smooth shifts with a performance algorithm, so you can do both and have your cake and eat it too. Not to mention, with its gearing, it's going to let you be more fuel efficient.
Exactly. And, ZF has given manufacturers the ability to configure this and tune it to their own purposes, which has made it so widely modular and able to be used in all of these different makes. So, I mean, that's one of the features that really drives this transmission and being so widely loved and used.
Yeah, I think the fact that it has so many gears and is so modular and customizable, this is a transmission that's going to be with us for a while, I have a feeling.
I think so as well. And honestly, I would like it better if more manufacturers adopted it, because it is that good. It is so much better than the 8-speed that GM developed in my Cadillac. Infinitely better. I wish they put that in there instead.
Oh.
I know. It's true. It's true. It's better than the 10-speed they developed after it with Ford.
Oh.
Better. I mean, why are they wasting resources developing a solution that already has an answer?
It's there.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
It exists. Use it.
The more people that use it, the more they make, the cheaper they are, the better for everybody.
Yeah. Make sure my ZF stock just went through. Okay, good. All right, so next up, we're going to go into the manual transmission.
Yes, as automotive enthusiasts, we love a good manual transmission, and there's lots to pick from in the past, and we're trying to look through some options today too. So again, we left it open up, and mine comes to us from Mazda.
Oh no.
Is it the Mazda 6-speed?
It is.
It is! Oh no, we picked the same one, but it's so good! It's so good.
This is recency bias because we recently tested
Yes, well,
the MX-5 from Mazda, and it was so good. Just the snick, that positive engagement going through that gearbox, the light shift action, the easy to modulate clutch. It was just a dream to drive that manual. It did everything that you expect of a manual. Pedal placement perfect for heel toe. I know that's not specific transmission, but it's related.
Yes.
Come on, Mazda does it better than almost anybody else. I mean, really, the one that comes closest to me would be like the Porsche Cayman, the 6-speed or the 7-speed now, I guess, that Porsche makes. But yeah, I mean, it's just so light. The engagement's positive. Everything that transmission does is with purpose, with function. It's simplicity in engineering.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to compare it to the Lotus Evora that we drove, in fact, in terms of its usability and its engagement and its accuracy, its notchiness. I just love the way it feels in your hand. Short throws, but it's in a car that is really, really affordable, which is so amazing to have a car that gives you a manual transmission with performance attitude and something that's an affordable package. So lots of people who, are complaining about, these young kids, they don't know how to drive manual transmissions. Just give them something with a manual and they won't be able to drive it. Guys, I promise you, you give somebody with a manual transmission Miata, just give them an hour and someone to teach them. They've got it.
Oh, absolutely. Because in addition to being fantastic to drive, it's also easy.
Yes.
It's one of the easier manuals to drive. The clutch modulation is simple. You can feel it at the engagement point. You know when to start feeding in the throttle. It's easy to grab the next shift. everything about it works. And Mazda just engineers it so simply and so beautifully that it just begs you to shift more than you need to. You don't skip a gear. You row through every single one because it is fun to do. It's a positive experience every time you step foot in that Miata, and it's impossible not to smile when you drive that car. And that manual transmission is a big reason why.
It's a critical piece of owning Miata, because an automatic Miata is a different experience entirely. So pulling in that added engagement from a manual transmission is key. And a 6-speed is a nice amount of ratios to deal with when you're dealing with something like a Miata, for instance. It's going to be with us for a while as well, because as long as the Miata is around, it should have a manual transmission, right?
Absolutely.
So I think Mazda has done a great job with that one. Kudos to them.
Yeah, kudos to them, big time. So, all right. Next up, this is one hopefully will be different on.
I hope so.
Otherwise, this is going to be an extremely short podcast. Hey. But we're going to go into dual clutch. So,
okay, yeah.
You went first with Mazda, so I will go first with the dual clutch gearbox. And so, I chose one that was developed out of a partnership between a brand and a transmission manufacturer. That transmission manufacturer is Getrag, and they were engaged by BMW to come up with a dual clutch gearbox that BMW could then start using in their top of the line performance vehicles. Think about the M cars, right? M2 competition, M3, M4, M5.
Yeah.
All of these cars use that fantastic dual clutch gearbox, shifts in something like 150 milliseconds. I mean, just rips off shifts. It's one of those, is not quite as, it loses just a little bit to the PDK in, some of that daily driver ability. It's a little bit more, I feel, race car inspired than the PDK, which is just so good at blending both daily usability and that race car experience. This one is definitely a little bit more towards that race car experience, because when you're absolutely caning this thing is when it's at its best. I mean, it just rips those shifts off, throws you back, and you feel that engine just bang, bang, bang every time you hit that red line and shift that gear. It just grabs the next one and has it ready and waiting, and you just get that limitless acceleration from those turbocharged BMW performance engines.
Well, BMW is the ultimate driving machine after all, so I would expect them to put something of merit in their cars when you're, if you're not going to have a manual transmission, you need something that's engaging.
Right, exactly.
So that's the next best step if you're going to have that. So, I think that's a great call out, actually. That transmission is fantastic, and it's been widely reviewed as being one of the key excellent pieces of each of the cars that it goes into. So when that is like the feature that people are talking about, there's something there.
And BMW started to move away from the manual, which is unfortunate, but they're at least replacing it with this really excellent dual clutch, because it's finding its way in their performance vehicles. And with the way that BMW engineers their drive modes, sport, sharp, all that kind of fun stuff, Getrag and BMW have taken the time to engineer different clutch engagements for each of those, right? So if you want to really feel that, kicking you, feel like someone literally kicking you right in the back every time it hits that shift, you're going to go all the way up to Sport Plus or Sport Sharp. If you want something a little bit more, refined, you can do that too. But yeah, it's, from the refinement end is really the only place that loses out to the PDK.
Yeah, it's hard to compete against PDK.
It is, which is why we couldn't choose it.
That's fair. That's fair.
Clearly, we should have outlawed two others, but too late now.
I will say with my pick, I cheated maybe slightly because we couldn't pick the PDK, but I did pick a transmission that has a distant relationship with the PDK. It's manufactured by its parent company, Volkswagen. I'm talking about the DSG gearbox in Volkswagens and a version in Audis as well. I think that transmission is truly excellent because, as Greg mentioned before, the beauty of DSGs is how quickly they can shift, but also you can use them in a daily space, right? Which, for some people, a manual transmission is just difficult to do. And with an automatic transmission, you kind of lose some of that engagement. So a DSG, a dual clutch, however you want to call them, they're fantastic choices for those of us that want to have a blended utility. So when I think of that, I think back to like GTIs, for instance, right? They started off being developed in the Mark V and now all the way up to the Mark 8. And I have to say, I drove one recently. it reads your mind. And to have the transmission that has performance, I'm going to tell you, like, it is like 85, 90% up to a PDK level.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
In a car that is in the $30,000 range, that is a steal. That is an absolute steal. And the fact that they could take that transmission and scale up into things like a Volkswagen Taos, even though it doesn't do a great job executing there because it kind of lacks the power. But, you can scale it around into different cars, which Volkswagen does really, really well. But it's such a well-engineered transmission. I absolutely love it. It's fantastic.
Yeah, and it's definitely most at home in something that's like a mild performance vehicle, right? Because it's something that's not really meant to be in something that's like a fire-breathing performance vehicle like the M cars. But, I had the Audi S3, which had the DSG transmission in it. And it suited it perfectly. It's great for those boosted 4-cylinders because it just keeps you right in that boost. It's ready to, it's already got the clutch spin, the next gear selected, the clutch spun up, bang, shifted, boom, and then you're gone. I mean, it's just very seamless. It worked magnificently in my time with that Audi, and I absolutely loved it. It was frankly the best part of the car, and it was the first car that I ever had that made me think maybe I don't need a manual.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, and you spoke to how the BMW transmission is how it's tunable, right? By the owner. Well, I mean, Volkswagen does the same thing with their, and that's one of the things with their software is they almost give you too many options of how many options you want to choose, how the drivability works, and the transmission is one of those. So even if you want to have a different experience, you can do that with the DSGs as well.
And the aftermarket, right? The aftermarket literally will tune your DSG for you. There's so many that they literally will adjust your clutch clamping pressure, right? Depending on how much you want to have that kick in the back, right? And that's one of the kind of nice things that you can do with these vehicles. If you're like, oh, maybe this is just a little bit weak for me. Okay, understood. Well, go get it tuned. Yeah. Knock yourself out. You might lose your warranty, but at least you'll have a little bit more of an engaging experience.
Exactly. Well, guilty. I did do that. Don't worry about the warranty. But
it's fine.
Don't worry about it.
Volkswagens are reliable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are. Well, on that note, let us know if you feel like you've driven a really stellar transmission that's on this list. Yeah. Or maybe you have another one.
Yeah, or something that we might have missed. Drop it in the comments. No PDKs allowed because we already know that's fantastic.
That's right.
But, we obviously said the same thing for the ZF8. We said the same thing for the Mazda Miata. Let us know what automatic or manual you think is even better than those two because really be curious to hear about those.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much for watching.
We'll see you next time.
Thanks for joining us on The Driver's Line.
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe to make sure you don't miss a thing.